What is going on, everybody? Jared Blond here. Just wanted to touch base on a couple crazy stories that happened this week. Sure you've heard of most of them by now, but it just really makes me take pause at the direction that this country is going and the decisions our leaders are deciding to make in what was once a free country. There's no way you can say that anymore. So this first article from Tuesday out of Prince Albert, 5 and older will need vaccine proof at city facilities. And this is starting as of February 28th, 2022. Now, I kind of presume that when vaccines plateaued, maybe at, I don't know, 40, 50% for that 5 to 11-year-old age group, that then they would push this in. But apparently municipalities feel fairly emboldened right now, and they're deciding that this is the route that we want to take. And they want to require kids as young as 5 to provide their proof of vaccination to go swimming or go run around in the gym or whatever the case might be. And my question to you is this the society that we want for our kids? Is this what we want them to grow up under? I certainly don't. I know there's others that don't out there as well, but we need to obviously be a lot louder. Until public opinion changes on things like this, government's just going to keep doing it. Next thing I wanted to show you, this was from the Alberta government's website. I think it was up to date as of December 2nd or something like that. I'll put the link down below. You can check it out for yourself. So this is table 5, shows active COVID cases in Alberta based on vaccine status. So if you look kind of side to side here, I think aside from the 12 to 29-year-old group, cases are higher in people that are, fully vaccinated. So why do we have a vaccine passport? To anyone in the Alberta government, why do we have a vaccine passport based on these numbers? I'll wait for an answer. And then yesterday, probably news all over the world by now, the New Brunswick government decided that they would notch things up just a little bit further and put in the option for grocery stores to ban people that are unvaccinated. Now, if we look at that last graph from Alberta, it says people that are fully vaccinated, there's more active cases in them than the unvaccinated. So what exactly are we doing here? What is the government trying to pull? It makes no sense whatsoever. So let's listen to those press conference moments from yesterday.
Also, under level 1, masks are required in outdoor public spaces when physical distancing cannot be maintained. Physical distancing is required in public spaces where proof of vaccination is not required. That means that malls, grocery stores, retail stores, and salons and spas must enforce physical distancing between patrons. Alternatively, they also have the option of requiring proof of full vaccination from all patrons, but we will leave that decision up to individual businesses.
You hear that? They will leave it up to individual businesses. Now, that would be one thing if every business across Canada had the ability to decide one way or the other. But we know that's not the case. You can't go to a gym, a restaurant, a city facility, a movie theater, anything, unless you provide your paperwork. So how long until this translates into every grocery store being only available to those with a certain medical status? And then this announcement was part of their level 1 plan. This is the bottom end of their winter plan. And another level 2 and a level 3. So this is some of the things outlined in their reopen. Well, it's not reopening, it's a reclosing plan. So, I mean, you got little bubbles here again, masks for outdoor gatherings, restaurants. I mean, you could be back into taking drive-through here at some point in the winter. Same with businesses and retail. Gyms might get closed down the road. I mean, is this the way you want to live? Like, it certainly isn't to me. This isn't normal, but apparently the New Brunswick government has a different take on that. Let's listen to another take from yesterday's press conference.
Yes, I do, Minister Shephard. I believe you recently stated that you didn't believe that increased restrictions would do the trick given the lack of success of the recent circuit breaker measures. But doesn't
You hear that?
You're also announcing more restrictions. You know, what would you say to people who I guess are perceiving that you're sending messages in this situation?
Well, we try to be as genuine as possible with our responses. At least I do, and I know Dr. Russell does. And rising numbers are concerning. It doesn't matter if, you know, if most people will not get seriously ill if they're vaccinated or hospitalized or ICU admitted. But we want our cases to go down. We want people to feel like they are in a safe community. And so, you know, we've also seen though that the circuit breaker certainly wasn't having a great effect in zone 1. So what we are hoping is that we have proposed something here that everyone can live with and abide by because of that. And by doing this, and by following public health measures, together we can make this happen and we can live a fairly normal life.
What exactly is normal about any of this? There isn't. And that's the way you have to look at this. There are two options. Number one, governments across the world are using COVID, whether planned or just opportunistic, to implement authoritarian regimes all across the place. Number two, government is trying to cover their tracks for the sole reason that they get into government, to get re-elected into government. Either way, the response to this is immoral and it needs to be pushed back against. And if you think it is acceptable to ban people from grocery stores in Canada, I have a different take. So think about it. Start speaking up, start pushing back, because this is not normal.